This is my home for the next 79 years. I don't go to board until 2079. So this is it for me.
The only one that show me any care or love is my mother, my sister, my brothers. You know, it's the only one.
My father was a convicted felon. My mother was a convicted felon. My lady's a convicted felon. I'm a convicted felon.
I've been in this cell 10 years, going on 11, in the same cell. It's a long time. Living in a 6-foot by 8-foot little cubicle.
Killing became a habit for me. Before I knew it, there was 10 murders. They didn't have no evidence on me. They didn't see no wheelchair at the crimes. So I thought I was cool. Everybody was respecting me. But I tell you something, nobody would trust me. We got indicted. I remember being in a holding cell with 23 other gang members. Biggest death penalty case in the state of California. It was all about killing. It was all about finding dope, finding connections. You know, who's dealing guns, who's doing this, who's doing that. And, you know, it led me to in here for 2 first-degree murders. I was indicted with 4 first-degree murders. And I had to change.
Reyes, Rico, Robinson.
The thing that we've had to try to figure out as a society is how to break the chain, how to break this progression of criminal behavior. And the only way to do that is to ensure that the people that are released from our prisons become marketable citizens when they get out.
They said, you're not the same person as we remember you. And they tell me that they respect me for that, the change, the difference. I don't think the same way. I don't act the same way. I don't do the same things that we used to do when we were much younger in this system.
I just want you to all unwind for a minute and just relax. Look around at each other. We're here together now. Chuco's gonna light the candle. As the candle's lit, just remember, this candle represents the fact that as long as that flame is lit, darkness, evil, will never overpower again.
The commitment offense was about a girl that, when I was younger, I was very much in love with. And she took the car to go shopping while I was at work. And then later that afternoon, I got a call that she was in the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, they told me that she had been raped. See how emotional it still is?
Okay, this is real thing. This is a subsequent parole consideration hearing for prisoner Mejico.
At that point, I kind of lost it.
Mr. Mejico was received CDC on 10/18/1976 from Los Angeles County for the offense of murder first with the use of a firearm.
When he tried to offer me money and things like that, I said, you didn't give her a chance. You didn't make her no deal. You forced yourself on you. You violated her privacy and you hurt her, and you were wrong. I said, there's nothing you can do to take away how I feel about you at this point. And I shot him in the face.
If you ever could think of a monster in your fucking heads, that's what I was. Your worst nightmare, that's what I became. And I didn't care about anybody or anything. 3 years later, I was convicted of another murder. 45 minutes, I stood before a Superior Court judge while reading a death warrant off to me, and I didn't care. So what? Death? I felt death, I lived death. Death was all in me.
268,000 people are in California prisons right now. There are 2 million nationwide are in federal and state prisons. That's the highest incarceration rate in the world.
When we put them in prison and we just sort of put them in cages or in dorms, in cells and in dorms, and then feed them, and we don't teach them, we don't give them the opportunity, the tools to learn how to get hope and become more human again and recapture their souls, they come out and they're in the same cycle.
We clearly, in a society of laws, have to have a mechanism to hold people responsible for their own behavior. And in doing that, we in the Department of Corrections, our intent is to take a person that has gone through the criminal justice legal system and has been set to be removed from society for a fixed period of time. And in that period of time, that is the punishment. I would say that there are significant numbers of people that would consider that person's removal to be a success.
It's safer today for one reason only, because they're off the streets.
Homeboy called me up. He was a shot caller in the NF. And he calls me up and he says, you know what, I just got a letter from my girlfriend. And she's threatening me. I go, is that right? I said, what's she threatening you with? He goes, she's threatening me with a murder she knows about. She said that I got to take care of her in order for her to keep her mouth shut. He goes, I want her killed. Now, my mind was racing, you know, I don't mind killing a dude, you know, but a girl, that's kind of low right there, you know, especially a 20-year-old girl. Come on, man. I was thinking that in my head. But it was time for her to be taken out. It was an order. I gained her trust. And for me gaining that trust, my two homeboys took off and they shot her in the head. They shot that 20-year-old in the head, a girl. What kind of fucking man does that make you?
See, I started the recovery process right after I came to prison. Something occurred early in my incarceration experience that brought home to me what it means to be a victim of sexual assault. We were in two-man cell. And he ended up doing to me what I did to the woman I assaulted. He was behind me we were on our knees. He was behind me. He had my shorts pulled down to my knees, and he was hanging on to me, and he was like, "How do you like it, cop?"
I had other family members that were from another gang, and they were my rivals. We've stabbed each other. We've shot at each other. We lived a chaotic lifestyle out there. 3 strikes, 32 years of life for a residential burglary. And my appeal, down the tubes. I went through the whole process, and so this is my home. Can't stand it here.
I took another human life. And did I deserve to be sent to prison? Yes. Am I the same person I was when I committed that crime? No. Can I contribute to society today? I believe so, yes.
Today, my plan is to take you guys through the 12 steps, how beautiful they are, but sometimes for the new person, how complicated they can be. What I've done with the CGA 12 steps is originally they were written another way. When I first went through them, they were written for alcoholics. And although I was an alcoholic, I found that going through the 12 steps, at the 4th step, alcohol was not the root of my problem. My whole inventory was full of crime. The 12 steps as written, I knew that people in this environment didn't understand them. Criminals, gang members, they were difficult for us. They were difficult for me. So what I've tried to do is calm the steps and put them in a language that you guys can understand.
Hi, I'm Sean, a recovering criminal.
Hey, Sean.
My name is Danny.
Hey, Danny.
My name is Keith.
Hey, Keith.
My name is Joe, I'm an ex-gang member.
Hey, Joe.
My name is Caleb, I'm an ex-gang member.
Hey, Caleb.
My name is Richard, former gang member.
Hey, Richard.
Mi nombre es Jorge y soy un ex-pandillero.
Hey, Jorge.
And I told my crimey, hey, check this out, fool. They're saying I did this, man, and you know what's up. You can't let me fall for this, man. My dog, man, my homeboy from when little told me to my face, you be a man and take the rap. And at that moment, I felt betrayal.
My name is Philip, I'm a retired criminal.
Hey, Philip.
I've had a lot of people ask me over the years, because I was here on this date, at this first meeting, why I came to CGA. Since 1967, I haven't seen a Christmas on the streets. And I've listened to all the men in this room today talking about the bitterness and the anger that they feel because they grew up without their fathers being present. I put my daughter through that same bitterness and them same feelings. and I've never been able to tell her I'm sorry. This room today is allowing me to be able to tell my daughter to say, Rochelle, I'm sorry.
And every time I see my dad, and he has to leave that visiting room, and he starts crying, man, that hurts. I just want to get the fuck out of there.
I know that everybody that came into the group that knows of my past history, they know it's real, because somebody as ugly as I was, if I can change, then it's surely some kind of hope for them.
I see that my son, he looks lonely. Even though he has a lot of family around him, there's something missing. Like, I feel like I'm his cornerstone. And without me, things just won't be complete.
And we have to be helping the victims. And we have to help victims come to some healing. And I believe that's only started through responsibility by the perpetrator.
I've had great success. And it's not easy to take a human character that's torn and broken and angry and ugly and weave it back together. It takes time, a lot of delicate work, and I do it. And I do it because I care about them and I care about you. I don't want these guys to go out and commit no more murders or no more crimes, no less than you want them to commit those crimes. And my whole mission right now is one less crime, one less victim. You don't know what these guys think out here, and they feel what they do every day. I do. I live among them. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and I have the capacity, for whatever reason God's given me, I can change them, and I'm doing it. And I think that's the best thing I can do, to tell you that I'm sorry for what I've done. And it's because I love these guys too. I care about criminals. I care about gang members. And ma'am, I'm doing the best I can.
I was a destructive person, a menace to society, somebody you wouldn't want to be around. And you no longer have to worry about me stealing your purse or walking into the liquor store and worrying about me robbing you or talking to me thinking that I'm just trying to con you into doing something.
I tried picking up the Bible. I tried doing all the stuff that was positive, and I didn't know how to do it because my whole life was negative. And now, today, after I changed, I can honestly say that there's still negative influence out here in the yard and stuff, but I choose to go in a different direction. And I'm learning how to deal with making my life into a positive influence. It's hard because I've been around the negative all my life. Now it's all about positive. And thank you. That's all I got to share.
This lifestyle that we started, it ends. And it ends today. It ends here with CGA. We started this stuff. We're the only ones that can stop it. Can't nobody else stop this because nobody else has lived it. That's why I'm in this room today. Thank you. Thank you.
For me, it's a lot of love. It's a lot of camaraderie. You know, it's a lot of people coming from the same place, doing the same things. There's been times when I need to go pick up my daughter, and I call one of the members, and they would just be right there, and they wouldn't. And you know, see, the whole thing is the flip side. In the lifestyle, when somebody called me and said, "Hey, such and such and such," you know, I told them, "Well, let's go, let's take care of it." You know, and that's what we do here. It's just, "Hey, such and such, well, let's go take care of it." We focus on a solution rather than what's the problem. What was abnormal when I grew up was if you weren't committing crimes and stuff, you know?
What you learn in CGA is to take responsibility. And if you're not willing to do that, then you either die, you go to prison, you have choices.